Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Whenever you're seeing this, um, I'm doing this morning. I can hear the birds that chirping. As soon as I started, um, lately Spirit has just been guiding me to follow an urge, not just with readings, but with a lot of things. Just following the urge, following the flow. Going with the flow, going with a lot more ease in life. Just like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going to do. It is what it is. Um, and it has been leading me to a lot of crazy places, a lot of crazy experiences, all these things. I love it. Curious and positive. As soon as I switch the deck, and I typically don't start with this deck, I feel called to it right now. But I just been following the urge to just do things. Just it feels a lot deeper than just intuition. You know, it feels so much deeper than that. It feels so much rarer, and I don't. It just really feels like a really true interconnection with something that is of self, but also a little bit deeper than self. And the more I follow it, and then I've been feeling it getting so much stronger. Just like, okay, okay. The more that I follow it, the more that I allow it to lead me in life, in what's happening, what's going on, all these things. The experiences I have are crazy. I'm just like, you know what? Why not? And I remember this energy a little bit when I tapped into it a little while ago. I tap into it every now and again, but this time it feels different because I'm not just doing it where it's like, okay, let me try it out. It's like I'm just listening to it. I'm just doing it, period. Not to try it out, not trying to experience something new. It's like, okay, I want it to be new, but I also want this feeling that's new to stay, to be present, to be here. So recognizing all that and putting it all together, I'm just like, I just have to follow. I still got my morning eye on. Sometimes I got a lazy eye that doesn't like wake up quite yet in the morning, you know. Even with a cup of coffee or anything, it's just like, we'll wake up. Um, that was very loud, very, very loud. On the weekend, travel has been coming up a lot for this collective. Um, Mirroring catching flights and not catching flights. A lot of traveling, a lot of experiencing. Oh my gosh. I cannot make this up. My neighbor has a cat, an orange cat. And anytime I'm talking, because this is my office, right? This is where I do my readings, my studying, my all that stuff. Anytime I'm talking, whether to myself, to you guys, whatever, the cat comes out and sits on the windowsill. It's like it can hear me, and we are quite some distance away. Like it isn't, oh, I can see. No, it's like it's some distance away. Okay, it's at least you can place a car in between us, but it isn't like across the street. But it's some distance. And the cat always comes out, and it's an orange cat. And I remember my time when I moved to Dallas for a little bit of time, Dallas, Houston, for some time, and mm, I had these orange little kitties. It was an orange cat that came first, and I didn't have. There was a time when I just felt so much love, so much peace, so much calmness. Like, okay, this is a good sign. Everything is, and it's an orange cat, and the orange cat was nice. And apparently, people like orange cats aren't that nice. I'm just like the orange cats. I met both of them. One was a little skittish and scared. There was a few cats around there that were orange, And um, I would just feed them, give them catnip and all that stuff, and clean him up as best I could and all that stuff. But the cat would want to go work out with his family, and like I said, there was a lot of orange cats. One cat had his little head stuck in something, but thank you, Spirit. But that's what it reminds me of. For you guys, it's this attentive listening. I feel like that's what's going on. It's this urge. And I've been also a little bit of like afraid of like sharing own personal stories, own personal information when I get into these things. Like, okay, like, girl, we came for the reading, but it's just like, I have to because we are experiencing life together. This is a collective reading. Sometimes I resonate with everything I'm saying. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't recognize resonate with anything that I'm saying. But it allows for so much. There we go. Because that is really just. There we are. I don't feel like that made it better. I don't know. I'm trying to find the lighting, which has been something more recent for me, is finding the lighting. But I'm trying to, let me see. As I was saying, found the lighting, but resonating with the connection or all the readings that I do. But I feel like that's the sign of this reading is following the urge. Like I said, I love the pause. I was like, I'm finna try to find this lighting. And it's like, I've been using that situation for someone, but it's just like, it bothered me for a little bit of time every now and again. Um, but just following simple urges, following those, I'm going to do it. If I really want my life to flow with ease, can I also flow with ease? Can I also move in that sort of way? Can I do that? Is that possible with how life is going? Ooh. We have uncertain. My intentions are not yet clear. I'm still trying to figure you out. Uncertain. Which is funny because we're talking about going with the flow, which can sometimes have a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of scaredness, a little bit of confusion, a little bit of pulling onto that bravery, what's happening, what's going on, all that. So uncertain and just following the urge, just doing things, not really knowing until you really get into it. Until you really, really start getting into it. So, okay, now I'm starting to understand. I'm not just on the outside looking in, I'm on the in looking out now. And like I said, I recognize these conditions when I get a little bit more lethargic, no matter what, but also a lot more energy, which is crazy. It really happens in such a grand scheme of balance. And just being able to take notice of that. Like I said, it's sometimes I'm a little afraid of doing things. But that's when sometimes I'm just like, I am glad it went that way. Welcome laugh. It's welcoming. I'm glad I went that way. I'm glad that happened in that type of situation. I'm glad I played it out like this, whatever it is. Ooh, a ringing in my ear. Right on the light of life. Ashe. Okay. And it's this understanding that the more that I'm comfortable with getting a connection, imbalance, and co-partnering with the universe, spirit, God, higher power, what's so happy with these cards keep falling. No, there's a few. There's a few that came out. Oh, but getting into this certain connection is like the more that I follow the urge, the more that it leads me to a path of ashe. More that it leads me to a path of greatness. And I feel like that's what a lot more people are doing. They're just like, I feel like it. I really, truly felt like it. I feel like doing this. I feel like setting this up. I feel like preparing it this way. I feel like adding this. It's just going off that feeling, that emotion a little bit more, but recognizing that it's balanced with love, it's balanced with truth, It's rooted in self. It is constructed around spirituality and reality. It's all these things, and it's just like, okay, some things may be uncertain, even people. And I feel like that also is going to help you make an easier decision that is to come. Um, the cards that I pulled up are envy, right? Was one of them. And the way that it's positioned, it's like it's on its own energy, right? And it says, I will seek to undermine your success as a means of elevating my own understanding. And I feel like this energy, once you recognize this energy, is going to quickly, easily allow you to check in, essentially, which is the word I want to use. Check in with self and recognize which way you should go. And that's going with the flow of your energy, your body, your system, how it makes you feel and develop, right? So with this envy, with it being in its own like energy, right under the uncertain, I'm just gonna kind of show it. So the uncertain is up here, then envy, then this, right? So with that coming in, it's an organization that I may have uncertainty, but I know this energy, I know this feeling, I know this emotion, the way my body's reacting, the words that they're saying, all these things, taking all in, right? Okay. And it's so funny because the one where it's like, it's, ooh, you're going to recognize this is where the envy energy leads. Thank you, Spirit. I couldn't think of any words, but where the envy energy leads. We have check in. I want to catch up and make sure everything is going well, but we also have grapevine. I heard something you're going to be interested in. This energy of envy leads to this energy of the check-in and the grapevine. And the reason why I'm saying that is like they're only checking in because of what they heard about you. Maybe something didn't go as planned. Something is still uncertain. You're not sure which way to go. It's a little bit of confusion. It's you lost something. You feel lost, but you're also feeling this higher power of self, this growth of self, this understanding of self, this clearing, this force to be reckoned with, a reckoning almost in your energy, right? And that's also where this envy energy comes from these people where it's like, how are they able to think that way, say that way? Didn't they just, and they twisted that, they laughing about it, they do, it's like, And it reminds me of the Rico Nasty song, Gots to Get Paid, where she's like, you the type to brag about it, I'm the type to laugh it off. Some people enjoy bragging about their problems or situations or all these things in a way that doesn't see an outlet and a different clearing, an actual way, or they're avoiding the way. But the way that you like, you know what, shit happens, life happens. I've been through worse, or I know this ain't gonna last. It's the way that you see things, even when you are uncertain, that leads to this. I'm not really checking in on you. I'm watching you from socials. I'm asking about you from other people. I'm trying to get the information through the grapevine, but I don't actually want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a great. I don't want to be a great, which is so hilarious. I had a dream the other night, um, in like a classroom essentially, and they were talking about books and whatnot. And I was like, we should read Grapes of Wrath and Lord of the Flies. It's hilarious. I don't know, but I'm following Lord of the Flies. But this grapevine, this checking energy, it's this letting them know that you will recognize it. It's this undercut of like, yeah, but it's certain things where they only seek in when they're trying to just gather information when they haven't gotten the true access. I'm hearing it through the grapevine. But this envy energy, which is going to sound crazy, also leads to true alignment. We have safe space and tribe. When you recognize this energy of like, like, why are you thinking that way? Why are you feeling that way? Why are you moving that way? You know, you can just come to me. You know, you just talk to me. You know, you can work it out with me, right? Or if you cannot and you do not have access to me, and you're like no contact with the person, I talk to a person, haven't thought about this person, and they're still doing these weird, hey, let me pop in. Let me check in. Let me do this. I heard something you might be interested in. Like, I know we ain't talking. And it's like, it's trying to teeter in on getting back on in this information to get something from you, which is why check in came first. Because they're going to act like they're checking in, but they really want to keep spreading. You don't really want to know about me. You want to know of me. And that's not how life works. So with this envy energy comes in, it also leads to safe space where it says, I need a secure place to open up. You're going to feel the difference of being like, I'm always explaining self. I'm always trying to see the outer side, the upper side, always on my own. I'm always it's just extra that you don't have to do because you've been following this urge, this ease. And try, we seem very aligned in a lot of ways. You're my kind of people. Like I said, this is recognition where it doesn't come with uncertainty, it doesn't come with confusion, right? It comes with a safe space to be, to check in. All right, Speed. All right, Speed. What I say? You the type of brag about it. I'm the type to laugh it off. Yeah. We got brag and chaos coming together. I can't wait to tell you the amazing thing that happened to me. Like I said, it's like this weird competition, this weird envy, jealousy, but doubt in you, but also putting their trust in you. It's just like this weirdness, which again is that uncertainty, that confusion where you feel so conflicted in your body. And that's why you've been going more with the urge and following your intuition, following your gut, following your passions, your drive, all these things so that you can recognize when it is out of balance, out of whack. Like my mind doesn't feel at rest. My body doesn't feel at rest. My words, the way that it's like you lose sense of self. And it's because they brag about chaos. When chaos happens, everybody gotta know it's chaotic. Whether they're creating it, it's somebody else's chaos. They love to be in the mix and the mode and the means. They love to stay in that chaotic energy. Like I said, when there is a possible way out, that's all they want to know of you and not know you. Because they know if they knew you and actually truly listened and understood so many things, will come from a place where it's like, this is not anything to brag about. This is something to release, to let go. Yeah, life does happen, but this does not need to continuously happen in this sort of way. So it's not my fault. I'm a magnet for trouble. Chaos follows me wherever I go. That's what they hear from the grapevine. If you always trying to get information, gathering information, you gonna feel like your life is as chaotic as all the information that you got, and that's where you're just like, I don't want that anymore. I haven't been moving in that way anymore. I'm moving with experiences, people, places, all these things that are aligned with me, that are full for me. But I'm removing this. You recognizing what it is, this uncertainty energy as well. It doesn't have a claim over your life to the point where it's like you're recognizing that there are two pathways. There's obviously more, but there's at least two. The last card that also fell on the floor is great news, came with the safe space and tribe. I have something amazing to tell you. Like I said, when you become aligned, when you are able to release something, someone, a situation, truly let it go and allow it to truly be such an introspection for what your life can be, and it starts to reflect outward of what the introspection was, what that change was, what that shift was, what the guiding energy was and is. It allows so much room for a safe space for your tribe, for you to recognize, like, we're not in competition with each other, right? I want the best for you. Like, there's more than enough space for all of us. Right? There's no uncertainty. Like, did they mean that? Did they say that? Are they really? I don't know. They only check in here. They only do this here. They're not really there. Whatever it is. Anytime we talk, it's just something negative, something bad. with no solutions, but it's also the same thing, the same, you know, you're recognizing a pattern or someone else. It's like you always got somebody else's information. Do you think I'm gonna tell you mine? I went for a walk yesterday. We got dead end. I went for a walk yesterday, and I walked on the side of the cemetery, and the first street, right? This is a cemetery, right? This is a cemetery, right? This is the street, the sidewalk. This is the cemetery part. You know, it's obviously right there. The first sign for the street is dead end 13th Street, and I said, "You don't say." And I recorded, I said, hold on, and that's right next to uncertainty and check-in. It's a dead end. That check-in is a dead end. It don't lead nowhere progressive. It don't need nowhere fun. It don't need nowhere true. It don't align with you. It's a dead end. But then as I kept walking, after I took my video, I said, this is it. And there was some people there visiting a grave too. So I was like, let me not get all that in there. Like, yeah. Kept walking. And then there was dead end, street 10, endings, 10, getting rid of something. And it's so funny because working here, I felt very strong parental energy, but father parental energy, and 10 is the Capricorn energy. It's like the ending of this really strong authoritarianness over your life. You truly want to feel protected, like that divine masculine energy. You truly want to feel held, heard. You truly want action to be taken. The 10 for endings, 13th, Scorpio energy, endings, death. It is a change. Ooh, 4 kept following me yesterday too. Oh, happy day. 222. 2 as I say that. Oh, happy day. Right next to thrive and safe space. Protect your peace. Abundance flowing in. Ashe. 888. Protect your peace. Abundance is flowing in. And look at that. 18. Like I said, there's at least 2 ways, but there are infinite possibilities. There are infinite possibilities for how this can work out, how this will work out. Where you're going. Yeah. We got secret revealed and something to celebrate. That's right on top of the brag. Secret revealed is right on top of the brag, and chaos, something to celebrate. Like I said, they enjoy chaos. They enjoy trouble. They enjoy it hardship. They enjoy because they feel like being the victim. Right? And it can be a job too, like, oh, we're always understaffed. Like, then get some new people. Or pay us for our work for overtime. It doesn't just have to be that situation. And then they actually say, like, come on now. Come on now. It can be a job too. You can recognize the envy. Like, damn, we have more. I don't know. Like, maybe if we make them the supervisor, but we don't make them the supervisor, you know what I'm saying? That type of energy as well. Uncertainty of like, okay, I don't know if I'm staying at this company, but they got me doing more at this company, but I'm not getting paid. What's happening? But you know. But either way, ooh, there's definitely a secret. There's a secret revealed, onward and upward. This revelation coming out, this revelation and coming out, this truth coming out, this realization coming out, this confirmation that's coming out, whatever it is, with this person, situation, or whatever. It is truly the best thing that can happen for you. The best. It is truly, yeah. It led to so much. So much. That dead end, that realization, okay, this is leading me nowhere. This is getting me nowhere. Chop it off. And I always tell people, like, even if you gotta leave me. Leave me. Because at the end, the beginning, in the middle of the day, you need to do what's best for you. And if I'm no longer what's good for you, and you feel like I'm not contributing to your growth, your happiness, or anything that you feel like you need to benefit from your life, that is okay. That is perfectly fine. People get so held on being kept and being around people like, you ain't gotta be a bad person, a horrible person, a mean person, or this person I'm like, we're no longer aligned. Different interests, different morals, and whatever takes you apart from people, from situations, just like, the same way you can be like, I don't want this anymore, people can do the same. And thus again leading with that gut, that flow energy of being like, that is okay, new level on the horizon. They really got me pulling from the back of the deck for y'all. It's gonna come from a place unexpected, Ashe. 2-2, come on now, new love on the horizon. A lot of double numbers coming in for you. 2-2, 888, 1844 around this good energy, safe space energy. A lot of reflection of self. Being able to see self, feel safe within self as well. Being home within your body. Allowing people in, I'll show you places thing, yeah. Back in the day. Come on now. So allow that to happen. If you are able to recognize that, so are other people. So are other situations. Whether it be a partnership deal, like, you know what, we recognize, like, hey, this ain't gonna work out. Ooh, ask for more, you deserve it. Ask for more, you deserve it. Yeah, you do. Sometimes with envious energy, people undermining you, there's a reason they undermine you, because they know how amazing and grand you are and powerful you are. So ask for more. You deserve it. You deserve it. That's why there's new love on the horizon. You are like, I want something. I don't want the chaos. I don't want series of like, why is there still? Like, come on now. Come on now. 333, that landed right on top. Ancestral communication. Like I said, it is so much harmony coming into your life by you being able to go with the flow, the understanding of that. I'm being like, okay, you know what? I'm recognizing a pattern. I'm recognizing the situation. I'm recognizing where I need to go. Okay, this is what truly needs to happen for me to do what needs to be done, for me to have these celebrations, for me to have a safe space, for me to know that I can ask for more, and knowing that I deserve it without it being undermined. Are you sure you deserve a raise? Like, are you sure you can stop asking me to train this person, get this person situated, work overtime? Are you sure, like, that's the person you want to date? Are you sure you're always up in my business when it comes to love? Don't you think? Don't you think a little bit too much? Whatever it is, it's this recognition of no longer being ghosted in your own life. And you're recognizing that. Like, I'm not scared. I can't be scared. And even if I am scared, because sometimes you will be, sometimes you can be. It's like, okay, I'm scared, but I know where this fear leaves me. And I'm more afraid of this situation than I am of a new one. I'm afraid of where this is right now and taking me. And I didn't even see it. didn't even see a casket. I'm so scared. Oh, I love that spirit. Thank you. Settling for mediocrity is like, I know where this is leading me. I know where I'm currently at. And sometimes using that fear, that worry, that doubt, using those things to push you, like, okay, I'm doubting. What happens if I use this doubt to push me to a place where I don't? Maybe where I question it, you know? So lead into that sense of relief. Let's go ahead. I haven't done one of these in a while. Put an affirmation. Equal parts on the back. I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm hearing the late bloomer song by Mariva. He's a late bloomer, he knows his he in between. Taking his time, yeah. Sometimes you just take your time. Did that card flip or am I tripping? What the hell? It did not. Okay. But Ashe, we are kindness and playful. This kindness, the first word that I said, like I said, you're gonna recognize this energy. You're gonna feel this energy. Cannot be denied. Of course, the description. This will be down below in the description, but listen to this. Kindness. When others are callous to me, it says more about them than it does about me. We are all deserving of kindness, and I recognize that this includes myself. So I will be kind to those around me in order to make a more compassionate world. I move with kindness. And I love that because I always say, I'm not nice and kind. I'm kind. Everybody deserves kindness. I don't need to be nice to get something. Niceness comes with like this ulterior motive of trying to be seen or in a certain way. Someone's eating people pleasing, like, why you just be who you are? You know? At least a different conversation. Anyhow, anyway, but what really stuck out to me is when others are callous to me. It says more about them than it does about me. And again, it's that envious energy. You're going to feel it. You're going to recognize it. But you're also going to recognize when others treat you the way that you treat them. That compassionate energy, that kind energy, that harmony energy, that respect energy, that attentive listening energy, and that caring, all that kindness. You recognize when it isn't that, and you recognize when it is. And you're moving in that way because we have playful coming up next. Most outgrow certain behaviors from childhood, but I give myself permission to cherish my curiosity and wonder. My voice is cracking on. Thank you, Spirit. Curiosity and wonder. To find magic in the mundane is a spectacular power. The world is not all black and white, for there is color everywhere you look. Like I said, even when you are going through situations, even when something is happening, it's like, how did they flip it that way? How are they still able to get through this? It's like the way that it's like, ugh. It's like sometimes they don't say, but there will be people like, wow, thank you for allowing me that perspective. And they'll do the same for you. They're always looking out for you the way that you look out for yourself. And starting to be reflected, like, okay, the accent of that chicken needed, truly, I feel taken care of. They making sure I use my PTO. They're making sure I'm actually resting. They actually making sure I ate today. They're checking in on my mental and spiritual health. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And you're feeling a lot more, like in the mundane, it's taking that in. Because there are lots of things that can piss you off and make you happy throughout the day. Which ones are you following? And you're choosing to follow ones that make you happy. See the best outcome. to allow your grief, your pain, your hurt, to allow you to dive deep and discovering why it's there and healing it, working with it, using it, not dismissing it, not acting like it's not real. It's pushing you even further into that aspect because we have balanced. And like I said, it's 222, the 888, the 1 8, the 4. Like you are becoming more balanced with self. Like I said, when I know that I'm getting a level up and a change is when I get really, really tired, but also a lot of energy to do a lot of shit and move. Is that push. Dreams get more vivid, channels, the way that I think, it shifts. It's an entire 180. Balance. My relationships and myself are two separate entities. Ooh. So when I'm feeling poorly, this does not mean my relationships are struggling, and vice versa. This separation allows me a better sense of identity and a stronger bond with those closest to me. And the kindness that said it's not a reflection of me. And the balance that said it's not a reflection of me. So again, like I said, even when you are going through situations, you recognize how to shift and change that and alter that and move in a way that flows, that isn't in objectification of others and thought of others like, oh, I'm going through this. You're the type to laugh about it. You laugh it off. You're not bragging about it, you're not holding it in, but you're also recognizing that this is not that. This is not that. Like I said, it allows a stronger bond and a better sense of identity. Again, recognizing of self. To be playful, to be magical, to recognize all those things. Okay? So that has been your reading. Until next time, my darling. So I'll see you.